RWBY Chibi Season 2 Episode 3 Magic Show. Really enjoyed this one. Once again, a lot like the last episode. I think the final skit was actually my favorite one, but I enjoyed all three of them for this one. I think the Magic Show one was really good, and they did a lot of interesting elements in this episode in general. But in the beginning, we get to see Velvet show up in Chibi form, which was awesome, and of course, the most obvious joke that they could make as far as, pulling a rabbit out of the hat. So that I thought was pretty awesome. I love the joke that they make about of course, one of the oldest tricks that everyone knows is like, a quarter from behind your ear. And so Jaune does like this little coin trick, and then RWBY pulls a blank check out, and I was like, that's a really good joke. I honestly never seen that before, so I thought that was good. And then Sun bites his coin, and it ends up being a chocolate coin. So I thought the way they did that was really funny. Jaune's outfit was actually just him in the hoodie, so I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. It was a bit of a reference to Volume 4, because that's when we first see him without his armor on, and we find out that it's a big rabbit picture on his hoodie. So I thought it was kind of cool that they had him without his armor, and we get to see that outfit. So I was like, all right, that's kind of just an interesting thing to show off. The second skit I thought was pretty good. They kind of did this one almost exactly like the last episode, where it was like the beginning and the end were fairly long skits, and the middle was like 30 seconds max, and I really enjoyed this one. We did get to see Pierre. I mentioned in my last review that she was like the one person that doesn't actually show up. So in this one, we actually do get to see her, and it's her and Jaune just walking. She finds a penny, and of course she talks about find a penny, pick it up, and you have good luck. And of course RWBY comes along and is like way ahead of you, because of course she's carrying penny. So once again, it was a simple joke, but I really enjoyed that one. And then we move on to like our final skit, which was definitely my favorite once again, like I said. And they did a lot of cool stuff in this. Like, they do the black bar thing to make it look super cinematic. They put like a film grain on it. And I'm pretty sure they like cut the frames down like just a little bit to make it look a bit more like stop motion. At least when they were talking, it seemed like it was cut down like just the tiniest little bit. And I could kind of tell. So I thought that was actually a cool way to do it. But the jokes were really good. Like RWBY saying, of course, Roman being like, be prepared to lose. And RWBY's like, we're always prepared. And it's like, well, I didn't mean to lose, just in general, we're always prepared. Cinder saying like a full sentence, and then Yang being like, I don't know the meaning of the word. So I think everything they did kind of down that line was really good. Getting to see Zwei again, Zwei versus the Grimm. And then he like basically is elongated, because he was like, they just stretched him out, and he was taller than the Grimm. So I like the way that they played that. The cool little 3D effect when Nora like holds up the soccer ball and it's above, or it's like kind of in front of the black bar. So I was like, that's a cool little thing. They actually do that in 3D movies. So I was like, oh, that's kind of a cool effect to see. So I love the comedy for that. We get to see a bunch of the characters. We get to see like the Cinder trio, and then of course Roman and Neo again. So I really enjoyed the way they did that. The comedy was good. The way they kind of did the black bars and the grain of it and all that stuff. I was like, oh, that's a cool little switch up. It was like a minor thing, but it just looked cool, and the jokes just made it even better. So I really enjoyed the way that they ended this episode out. But in general, I'd say this is probably my favorite one so far. Of course, we're only 3 episodes into the second season, but this is definitely my favorite one. It was really because that ending skit, I just loved it so much. In the beginning, I really enjoyed it as well. So there was a lot to like about this episode, across the board. But I really enjoyed the way that they kind of played off the ending, but it was just really fun. Like, in general, I think it was pretty fun. I'm looking forward to seeing some of the newer characters, of course. Velvet, she did have a part to play. It was kind of like at the very end where she's, just hitting Jaune, but she does at least have a speaking role. It wasn't like she showed up and didn't really get to do anything, so I was glad that it wasn't just like, here she is, and then she doesn't even get to speak, because I feel like, man, well, we did see her in Volume 3. It was like the end of Volume 3. So it was like, we haven't actually heard the character speak in quite a while. So I was like, all right, at least we got to hear her speak and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, that's a decent little bit. Considering how short the episodes are, she had a couple of lines. So I was like, all right, that's nice to see that it wasn't just visual, like she actually got to speak. So still looking forward to seeing some of the newer characters. We got, I think the first episode had a Chibi Grimm in it. Or no, I guess it was just the last one in this one. So we got 2 episodes with the Chibi Grimm. Looking forward to more of that. But all in all, I definitely say this is the best one so far. I'm looking forward to, of course, where we're headed. But naturally, I want to know what you guys thought about this episode. So please comment below. Let me know your favorite skits, your least favorite skits. And out of the 3 of these, I want to know which one you thought was like the most unique. Of course, it's a skit show, so of course some of the stuff will be unique. Some of the stuff will be things you probably guessed. But I would say the way they did the soccer thing was fairly unique, and that's kind of what makes me ask the question. And in general, I would love to know some of your favorite unique moments from the Chibi series, because some of the stuff they do is very weird, and it's like, yeah, that was definitely a unique thing to do, or something just really silly to do with the world they built, how it's so serious, and then, you know, changing that to the Chibi version, like the last episode with the Geist Grim taking over books and, you know, silly stuff like that. So we'll let you know some of your favorite unique moments from the Chibi series, and which one you thought was the most unique for this episode as well. So please comment below, let me know. I was running out of breath and yawning at the same time. Wow. But I want you to comment below, let me know, and of course, thanks for watching.